this is Hans the Ramen Raider coming at you with another episode of Instant Noodle Recipe Time, the show where I show you what to do with your instant noodles or else. And today I've got another one from Thailand in a cup. This is iMee, you, them, Oriental beef flavor. And I'm not sure what Oriental beef it makes me think of like basil or braised beef. I have no idea what this is going to be. I really don't. So it's kind of like, it sounds interesting. Our two small children, ladies and gentlemen. Sachets. Oh, and that laughing you hear in the background is our friend Matt Bella, acclaimed author and person who talks to serial killers. How's it going, man?
It's going great, Hans. Thanks for having me on the show today.
Yeah. So, I thought maybe we could talk about our old stomping grounds of Anacortes, Washington.
Great topic.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Adding water to the cup now. There. And, yeah. So, when did you first set foot in the lackadaisical land of Anacortes?
I was 12 years old, so this would be 1988. I moved from Port Townsend. My parents had got divorced. I was in the seventh grade. So in Port Townsend, at the old high school, they used to have 7 through 12. So I was attending high school in Port Townsend, moved to Anacortes, lived with my dad, and it became middle school. So yeah. I was in middle school with the first person I met was a guy named Paul Krawcheck, who means nothing to your listeners, but someone we both know. And I remember that. I remember just being this kind of lonely kid in Anacortes. I'd go down to the Cap Sani every day and like climb around on the rocks and hang out.
Go to the business, get music.
Right. So I went to like middle school, 7th grade, and then kind of bounced around Port Townsend or Anacortes in California. Ended up in high school in Anacortes, and then later on after high school, which is where we met at the New Bohemian Coffee House.
Oh, yes, the New Bohemian. That place was rad. That was like, yeah. Remember that summer? I want to say it was like 93, when like, there's a big rock park in Anacortes, like all of these rocks that like, all this ornate artwork made out of rocks. It was just freaking packed full of hoodlums. It was crazy. Remember that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like wall-to-wall people hanging out there, walking back over, hanging out at the coffee shop. I mean, it was intense. And then the next year, it was all gone. It was like Hey! Being nice is its own reward, children. But yeah. God. That was a lot.
It was our one place to hang out. Anacortes is a small town.
It was like finally there was like something. Because growing up there, I grew up there all my life. I spent all my childhood there. There's nothing to do. It's a retirement community.
It basically is. It's a fishing town. It's the shipping industry.
Yeah.
There's not a lot for young people if you're not looking to join the Navy.
Or just it's basically a good place to get in trouble. Screw around and mess up.
Yeah, it really is.
That's what I did.
Yeah, me too. And then somehow these old school hippies named Jeff and Gail Moreland moved to town, started a coffee shop called the New Bohemian, and it immediately became the cultural hub of the city. It was great.
It was also considered like the place where all the ne'er-do-wells hang out too.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
And there's just like all this ridiculousness. But yeah, I mean, I was just kind of waxing philosophical about Christmas in Anacortes when I was growing up. My mom and I would walk. She was legally blind too, so we would walk everywhere. You know, as a kid downtown in Anacortes, there's all these businesses that were open. And of course, now it's kind of more gentrified, but it's just not. There used to be all these weird little businesses that had neat stuff going on, and now it's just like that's all over. That's over everywhere.
Right.
It's like, I don't know. I blame it on the internet. I blame everything on the internet.
Yeah, it's the internet's fault. So we know people who have never left there, who still reside in pretty much the same locale and do almost exactly the same thing as they've always done.
Oh, absolutely. There are townies that will not leave the island.
Yeah.
That's like, I got a good friend I've known for years, and it's like, did you go check that out over down in Seattle? He's like, oh, I don't like to leave the island. It's like, leave
Since we
the
left,
island.
you and I have literally seen the world.
Yeah.
So we were curious and unafraid.
Ladies and gentlemen, my daughter is acting quite insanely. Yeah, not endearing, my love. Not endearing. This is what caused the show to go dark for a while. Seriously. It was just like, there's no point in running a show when nobody can hear you and all it is screaming.
Maybe if we cut them in on the profits, they'd be more motivated to have a stable platform for the content.
No, they'll just put their hand in the cup of noodles and burn it and scream at me. I'm serious. They're violent. They're nuts.
Kids are great, aren't they?
They are. They're great, and they're also absolutely horrible at the same time. All right, so we got this Oriental beef noodle. Time out. Baby jail. Good night. Love you. Good night. Bye-bye. Wait, shush. Both of you, quiet. Hi, Miles. Can you make Mimi be quiet? Oh, he said yeah. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Nagordas is a funky place, man. I'm glad I moved there. It was formative for me. That's where I learned to play the guitar, which led the way for much of my further path in life. For the next few decades, I would be a fully committed musician. It's where I formed bonds with, the people who are jamming with, coming up with, and it's where you and I met. You and I met over a bootleg Zeppelin audio tape.
Yeah,
that you're selling me. Yeah, that was great. And then you played harmonica, I played guitar. We started hanging out. We really recognized fellow weirdos in each other, and it was us against the world ever since.
Yeah, what is it? That was 93 we first started hanging out, so it's been getting close to 30 years I've known you.
That's awesome, man.
Gotta find new friends. People are getting stale. But
I say that you've only got more handsome as with the progression of ages.
That's what they tell me. I go to the handsome boy modeling school, and I do what I do. So this beef, the Oriental beef flavor, it's turning out that it's not like a basil-y beef, but it's about to be. But Oriental beef seems to be a kind of a braised beef taste, kind of Chinese braised beef. It's not bad. Are you partaking? Is that what I just heard?
I'm partaking of nothing.
Oh. But,
I'm partaking of a delightful conversation.
Aren't you though? Isn't it just the pits? But yeah, that's what I need. Where do you get your? You might not know, but Matt is known as a gourmand. He makes a lot of interesting food, especially fine breads.
Thank you.
He's one of those people who got weird and started baking things. It's like all my old friends, what do they do now? They read comic books and they bake loaves of bread, and they're
That's
really
exactly what
snobby about it. It's like, what the frick happened to you people? God.
I was baking bread before COVID, so I'm grandfather.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
And I was reading comic books way before it was cool. Yeah, my next endeavor shall be dying the concept of the ramen bread.
Yeah, we gotta get that going. I don't think it'll be too hard. And I know pretty quick. I wonder when that's gonna happen. I was talking to this guy. He made a ramen beer.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that sounds like that'll be showing up soon. I think he used Shin to do it.
So one of my buddies is a master baker. Basically, he was head baker at Fort Worden where I used to work, and he's just a really well-trained, high-class baker. And
Is that the
he was
yeast
over for,
guy?
Yeah.
That's the guy you got the yeast from when yeast was scarce?
Yes. Yep. He came through the yeast hookup in the middle of the shortage. So he was over for noodles the other day. I was cooking him some lye noodles.
Oh, nice.
And, yeah, he's very much a noodler, and I was turning him on to fried chili and oil. And I mentioned the ramen bread thing, and he's like, "Yeah, you could do that." I talked about substituting half a cup of flour with half a cup of ground up dried noodles.
Yeah.
He said that might work. He gave me the 2 pointers on it, so that could actually happen, and I'll try and bring some down for Christmas.
That'd be rad, dude. Awesome.
Yeah.
The thing about the noodles, I don't know what that would do. I mean, it might provide a little bit more of a bouncy texture.
Right.
What you should try is, have you ever messed with tapioca flour?
No.
There's a lot of Brazilian stuff with that in it, and it's really strange.
Oh, weird.
It's like chewing gum. You get these little biscuits that taste like chewing gum.
Weird.
Anyways, well, the noodles are a spinning on Rotato now,
Very
and
cool.
that's about that. So, yeah. Why don't you give yourself a nice little plug? Oh, wait, we haven't done our quote of the day.
Oh, great.
Let's do that really, really quick. Number 111. We do not advertise in order to make the product sell. We advertise because the product will sell. We don't want to make it sell. We're going to advertise because it's going to sell.
That's cool.
It's like a mantra.
Yeah, he's a bit of a genius, isn't he?
He knows. Yeah. Give yourself a nice little plug.
Check out my website, MatthewBella.com. Fantastical science fiction, epic world building, ancient history, action, all kinds of fun stuff there. The Fictionalia podcast on iTunes, everywhere you get them.
All right, cool. It's been Matt Bella, old person. And it's been Hans the Ramen Raider wishing you enjoyment of your noodles each and every day. 15 reviews I've done this week.
Woo!
Thank you. Goodbye.
The Mayonnaise Tower was unearthed in 1908 by renowned paleontologist Turd Ferguson. Noted for its scent of cheese and a palace for the ancient mayonnaise kings, the tower has captured the minds and bowels of millions, most notably the chairman of the Antwerp charity Rambling Stokesman Avers.